Hi everyone, it's Chris Romano, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to answer the experience question when you don't have any experience. So, some of you might know that I've been a hiring manager for well over 10 years, and I've hired for entry-level roles all the way to senior. And I can tell you that how you answer this experience question allows you to either move forward in the interview process, or employers could look at it and say, well, this person doesn't have that experience. Now, I know a lot of you are probably frustrated because you've done your certifications, you've perhaps attended college or a boot camp or some other training, even done training on your own, including projects. So what are some of the ways that you can leverage everything that you've done to make it work for you? So I'm going to give you some tips here, and hopefully these will help you the next time you go into an interview and you're asked, well, what experience do you have, and how to address it if you don't have any experience. The first tip I'll give you is be familiar with the company. What do they do? Like, what is their function? Do they put out a product, a service? Do they represent some sort of brand? Get to know what it is they do, and then connect what the position is and how it might support that company. Now, what this does is it shows the hiring manager or the interviewer that you understand their company and you understand how the role impacts the company. Look at the duties, the requirements, look at what the job description is going to be in terms of what you're going to be doing. Make sure you're familiar so that when you speak and answer questions, you know what the role is. Now, the next thing, someone asks you, what experience do you have with this position? Now, the first thing is, if you're applying to an entry level position, it's just that. It's entry level, and typical entry level, the experience is from 0 to 1 years. Now, I'm going to be upfront and share something with you. What we're finding today is that it's an employer's market. And what that means is employers have more and more people applying for jobs so they can be picky. And what they're looking for in every position is what people often call the unicorn, someone who has a lot of experience. So you might ask yourself, well, how do I get that foot in the door? How do I answer that experience question? The way to answer the experience question when you don't have any is to simply state it something such as, I haven't had the opportunity, however, then transition to something that translates how you could do that job. So in other words, let's say you're interviewing for a SOC analyst. How many years experience of a SOC analyst do you have? And you might say, I haven't had the opportunity to fulfill the SOC analyst position. However, I've done multiple projects. I've actually analyzed real data using Wireshark, using Splunk, and then you can name other tools. And then show them that I realize that with this role, it's important to analyze traffic, to identify threats, and communicate that amongst my peers in support of blank, blank role. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of an example. So really what you want to just simply do is don't dive into how you don't have experience. Just say, hey, I haven't had the chance to do that. I haven't had the opportunity. And then immediately transition to what experience you do have, whether it's labs, whether it's training, school, whether you bring a certain skill set. Immediately respond with what you do bring to that position. And that's really, really important, because what it's doing is it's showing the employer that you're not just simply ending with, yeah, I don't have any experience, or, oh, yeah, I haven't done that, and then you stop. That's the worst thing you can do. Just simply say, I haven't had the opportunity, however, and then align something that you've done, even if it's not directly related. Again, this is where knowing the position is important. Compare what you've done, the skill you have, and how you can bring that skill to fulfill the position. Now, building off of what I just said, here's something that will make a huge difference: your attitude. So a lot of times when managers are hiring for entry-level candidates, well, the correct way is that you shouldn't expect them to know everything, right? This is entry level, and what you're doing is you're essentially going to build this candidate up. What you can do to help yourself stand out is show a great attitude. Show them how motivated that you are. Show them that you're dedicated, that you can take ownership of things, that you like a challenge, you like problem solving. Show them the qualities as a person that you bring to the position, because when you're in front of an employer, it's not always just about the exact job. It's who are you as a person? And at the end of the day, the attitude is really important, because think of someone who maybe has more experience, maybe they have more education, but their attitude isn't really that great. Show that just because you haven't worked a job, that you can't actually knock it out of the park by having a great attitude, and that goes a long way. Also, make sure you're genuine. Don't try to fake this, because managers can see it. Show them your genuine self. One thing that's really important is, as you're filling in this quote lack of experience, talk about some of the projects you've done. Now, one of the things that I like to tell my students that are in my program is select a project. Make sure that you can describe it to an employer very quickly, but with sufficient detail, so that you can show them how organized you are and how you stepped through, and the actual processes, the overall structure that you had for that project. And this is really, really important, because if you could relate the project to what the position is, it's a great way of showing them that you actually have hands-on skills, and that you have the thinking of how the project was organized, how you put it together, your overall approach. Show them your methodology, because that's really, really important, because it also shows them how you work. Another thing that you want to do is, again, show them as a person some of your overall qualities. Show them your problem solving skills. Give an example of something that you solved, even if it has nothing to do with technical. Maybe you found a smarter way to do something. Managers love people who can take on a challenge, they can take ownership of that challenge, they're not afraid to learn, help others, communicate. They want to bring someone in who can really just add to the position. This is where you can use your outstanding qualities, your problem solving, maybe you're a quick learner, maybe you're a hard worker, you like to take ownership. Whatever your attributes are, show them how they can benefit the company and what you bring as a person to the position. Now, this is where the soft skills, again, the more personality trait skills, and the hard skills, the technical skills, this is where that balance comes in. You have to have the balance of both, because just because you have the hard skills and you can do all the technical things, if you have a poor attitude, or you don't necessarily know how to organize or take ownership, be a self-starter, well, guess what? That's really not going to help anyone, right? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you're going to. Show them that you have those personality traits and all the attributes of someone that they would want to hire. The other thing, this is the hardest thing to do in an interview, showing confidence in an interview. And I mean genuine, actual confidence. Everybody's nervous going into an interview. Maybe some people are more nervous than others, but you definitely want to show that confidence and exude it when you show them that, hey, I really want to do this position. I will do what it takes. I can do what it takes to meet the position requirements. So show that confidence. Practice it in front of a mirror. Get some of your friends to do mock interviews, or interview yourself. Record yourself answering questions if you don't have anyone, and go through the recording and then figure out how you can improve the way you answer. Okay, the final thing I will leave you with is how to answer, right? You've heard of the STAR method. Well, here's an easier way. I'm going to sort of simplify that. Answer the what. What are they asking you? Okay. How? How did you actually solve the problem? And then the result. So the what, how, and the result. Break the question and answer down into what you did, how you did it and what the result was. If you think about that when you're answering something, it's a very easy way to structure your answer without having to overthink and sort of throw yourself off. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video, and I hope you found this helpful. Thank you.